What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing an oil change on the car. We're also going to be putting a new air filter on it. It's been about 5,000 miles since my last oil change. And we're just going to kind of knock that out today. I got a new oil filter from Honda. Surprisingly, I went to Honda and they still carry it. I say that is because the car's been discontinued for like 10 years now. So they still carry it. It was pretty great. I'm also going to be putting a new air filter on it. It looks nasty. Yeah, this guy used to be that color, so we definitely need a new one of these. I haven't started the car at all in about a day or two, so I'm gonna get it started and let the oil kind of warm up. That way the viscosity kind of goes down and it can just flow out a lot easier. I also picked up this guy. What you can do is the cap comes off, it drains into here, you put your oil filter here, and it all kind of goes this way. Then afterwards, you just want to wipe it down, close it up, and then I can just take it all to AutoZone and they can do what they do to get rid of it. I like this much more better than just the open tray because I don't want to have that stuffing around my car whenever I have to go take the oil to the proper location to dispose of it. I got my oil filter here. Honda kind of came in clutch, and they also included a new washer for the drain plug, so I thought that was dope. I'm gonna be throwing some of this, and I ran out using my windshield wipers, so went with the Rain X. Can't go wrong with that. Got that for $3. And I'm going to be using the Mobile One 0 weight to 30 weight full synthetic. And that just clears. Look at this. I had to take this top part off of the jack because it's too high. Look under here. That is just, damn, that's close to it. I really need to get a forward jack. So my drain plug is right here, and if you look, my DIY splitter is holding up pretty well under here. It looks really clean. There's a bunch of water spots and everything, but I don't really care how it looks under. But there's no scratches along here. There's old bolt points and whatnot, but other than that, it looks good. So all I'm gonna do, this is a 17 millimeter. I got that right here. And put this guy right over here, unscrew it. Wow, alright. Okay, that's kinda hot. I'm gonna try to add pressure until the time has come. Last time I made a little mess. Let's hope this time, now that I have I have something that's gonna actually catch the oil properly, that I won't make a mess of it. Okay, that's coming. Oh shit. Okay. Got a little on me. But hey, that's a pretty good shot. Ugh. Man, that stuff is black too. Oh, I'm glad I changed it when I did, and that's 5,000 miles right there, man. Yikes. Really weren't kidding when they say to change it that often. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this oil filter. Luckily it's it's right down there. Hopefully you can see it. And it's not that far, or not that hard to grab. God, watch out, watch out, watch out. So yeah, my dumbass just dropped it. Luckily, it didn't hurt anything or damage anything. This is an old one, and even if it didn't damage anything. There's still some oil left in here. That's why I was trying to keep it upright, but it fell right. Luckily, the way that the car is made, it fell right to the bottom, hit the drainage pan, and I made a little mess. So something else I also noticed as the oil was draining, it's just about done, but it's still dripping, but it's not really dripping oil. It looks like it's dripping water, and that's because it is. If you don't know, there is a bit of condensation or a bit of oil that gets trapped in your oil pan. Can become harmful, and more often than not, it's not enough to really do anything bad, but it does limit some performance. And it's starting to rain. Leave it up to Houston to do something like this. Oh yeah, we're sunny, we're having a good day, and bam, another 3 miles over there. Yeah, what condensation will come to wreck your day. Although meanwhile, it's probably 100 degrees right now. This shirt is kind of wet just from sweat because it's so hot and humid. So yeah, that's Texas weather for you. Come visit us. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the new washer on my drain plug, tighten it back up. Then once I do that, put the new oil filter back on. And I normally put some oil in it first, just a little bit. And then hand tighten it back on, not too tight, just enough, and then be putting new oil back in it. Originally what I was gonna go do is I was gonna go buy a new air filter, but I found out that they make a little recharge kit for these, which is great because these are 100 bucks. But the recharge kit is right here, and I've been doing it all wrong. Apparently this, you apply it to the filter in Then you rinse it off and it cleans it really well, and then yeah, you spray a new kind of oil sealant on it, and yeah, you're good to go for another while. So apparently that's a common thing you can do to these K&N air filters, and I had no idea, so rip me. So this is the last part. This is the oil. Just gotta throw it on this guy. Should be good. So for some reason it wasn't recording for the past like 2 or 3 minutes, but yeah, I kind of just got done spraying it. And it's pretty like I feel like it's their own little red spray paint almost. They say it's their filter oil, but who knows what that really means. But anyways, it looks kind of, basically looks brand new, aside from, you know, the places I kind of grabbed it, where you can see where it's kind of bent and frayed. But other than that, that's the same color as it was whenever it was new. Now I just kind of got to let it dry, but hey, that's a good $15 alternative. Normally most people would start a video by, you know, kind of telling what's been up with their life. I kind of like to say that for the end. That way, you know, whenever people click on the title, kind of know what's going on. I know they are sick of every YouTuber and their mother being like, oh, what's up guys, let me tell you about my life here before we get started. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like that immediately turns people off to, you know, kind of watching a YouTube video. So if you stayed this long, that means you kind of care. You know, lately I haven't been putting out as many videos as I've liked, and definitely that I've wanted to. If I'm honest, lately I felt kind of burned out. Even after I made I made a splitter video and everything, and even after that, it was like, you know, I don't know, I was just kind of burnt out on videos. And then I made this review that I just put up. Where is it? It'll be up here. And, you know, that's when things kind of started to pick back up again. Only because, you know, I saw that view count go up, and, you know, it made me miss it. But at the same time, I don't know. You know, at times I kind of feel like I'm out of touch with this channel. You know, I kind of feel like I lose direction with it. And I don't know, lately I've kind of, I talked to a fellow creator of mine, and he was going through something very similar. It did kind of put some perspective in mine again, that it's just really an excuse that I'm making. I know there's a bunch of different creative ideas that I have, but I'm pretty much just being lazy, and I'm not implementing them. I could use the excuse that, oh, I have work, or that I'm taking 15 hours of school, but I know that I can make time for this. And for the past 2 or 3 months, I've chosen not to. Not even that. For the past 6 months, I feel like I've chosen not to. I've just kind of chosen to make excuses. But I really want to put that to a stop, and I really want to keep going with this, because, you know, I've talked to my friend. Funny enough, another friend of mine messaged me and showed me how, like, one of my old reviews got shouted on a pretty big channel, and they used it as an example as like a supercharged guide, you know, with pros and cons of it. And I thought that was very cool. And you know, one of the reasons I kind of got into this is because I want to give my perspective on the community, how cars make me feel, and how I feel about cars. No reason I shouldn't be doing that. Bunch of different things, and even something like this, you know, I did kind of just want to do it on my own, but at the same time, I know whenever I click that upload button, whenever I start seeing the views, and especially when I start seeing comments and likes, and that's something I love. You know, I really love interacting and engaging with the community, telling you about my life, and even hearing something about yours. And, you know, we live in a world nowadays where that's really easy to do. I know YouTube is doing a lot to kind of restrict small creators, and I do fall into that category. I'm not as big as you know, your TJ Hunt, your Adam LZ, or anybody like that, but I don't feel like that should stop me. As much as views do matter and all that, I still want to give my perspective on this time, because I know one day I want to look back on it and kind of was just like, yeah, you know, I did that. And film has always been something I've really loved. You know, I would find myself when I was little taking pictures and doing, you know, making little videos of like just random stuff. Now, I was never editing, but I just loved having a camera in hand. And then as I started to get more and more involved in cars, I kind of started to combine both. So I know I'm ranting, I'm gonna stop, you know, maybe I'll rant a little more about this in the next video or the next, but my bottom line is I'm really gonna stop trying to make excuses not to make a video, or not to put something out, or even, you know, edit something and not think it's good enough. I'm just really gonna try to create. And if it sucks, it sucks. But it doesn't suck more than not doing anything at all. But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I guess I'll see how this works. You know, I'd like to think it's cleaner, but I feel like, you know, part of it is kind of just, you know, cheap party city spray paint. But, you know, who knows? If K&N's got his name on it, you know, they have to have some sort of credibility to it. So I'm just gonna leave it out, let it dry. The next video I'm gonna do is well, not recently, the past like, what, 5 or 6 months ago, I got new wheels, new tires, and I got them bigger than the OEM, and ooh, there's pros and cons to it. So I'll be talking about that in the next video. But yeah, until then, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. So originally what I was going to do is I was going to go buy a new oil filter. Oh my god, oil filter.